6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The President states that the government is ready to empower the industrialists. The Minister of Power and Energy says electricity tariffs will be revised next month. Education officials are instructed not to hold term tests for the primary section of schools. Foreign news, India is on alert following a surge in COVID cases in China. Sports, Barbara Assam and Travis Head move up in test batting rankings. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe states that the government is ready to empower the industrialists as the main stakeholders in earning foreign exchange for Sri Lanka. An environment will be created for small and medium-scale industrialists to become successful using modern technology. The President made these remarks at the 21st Achiever Awards 2022, which was organized by the Ceylon National Chamber of Industries in collaboration with the Ministry of Industry, held at the Hotel Galadari, Colombo yesterday. President Wickremesinghe also added that the industrialists have an enormous responsibility in rebuilding the fallen economy of Sri Lanka. The government is unable to provide tax concessions to the industrialists at the moment, yet small and medium enterprises can be further developed. Everybody should strive so that a prosperous future will dawn. Increasing the foreign exchange would result in empowering the economy of the island. The President added that it will pave the way to maintain the essential services of the country without any interruption. Minister Susil Premajayantha instructs officials not to hold term tests for the primary sections of the schools next year. Instead, the students should be given assignments for each lesson. The mark sheets of the assignments should be maintained and used in the year-end test for the evaluation process. The vacation period will be reduced so that the entire syllabus of 2023 will be covered by next December. Therefore, he said, the backlog of studies will be cleared. Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that young generation of the country is heavily affected by the drug menace. The minister expressed this view while participating at the Christmas carols organized by the Vidula Children's Radio of the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Christmas creates harmony between the religions. In a context where peace prevails, people may live without any fear. Joining the function, Auxiliary Bishop Maxwell Silva of the Colombo Archdiocese and uplifting the moral ethics of children is the responsibility of the principals and the teachers. Minister Mahinda Amaravira says that action will be taken to provide muriate of potash fertilizer free of charge to the farmers in the beginning of the Maha season. Organic fertilizer will be supplied to the farmers who wish to use it. The minister said that this would be highly beneficial to the farmers. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The ban imposed on cattle and animal transport has been lifted with immediate effect by the Director General of Department of Animal Production and Health. The Director General of Department of Animal Production and Health said laboratory tests have confirmed the death of these animals was not due to any epidemic. The President's Media Division said the decision was taken as cattle dying of shock on the 8th and 9th of December was due to cold weather. Eppavala police are searching for a suspect over the kidnapping of a 9-year-old child in Kiralogama, Gatadula in the North Central Province. A 45-year-old electrician in the area is the main suspect in the kidnapping of 9-year-old PK Deneth Premasundara, according to a complaint lodged by the boy's parents. The child, reported missing at around 8:30 p.m. on Monday night, is believed to be in the custody of the suspect based on information received by the police. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara said today that electricity tariffs will be revised next month. He said the detailed report on the matter will be submitted at the first cabinet meeting of next year, scheduled for the 2nd of next month. The minister said he is taking necessary legal measures in this regard, along with the cabinet of ministers. And that was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by
Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year with CIB, with special gifts, discounts and easy payment schemes available till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
In Watchlight, Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says no power cuts will be imposed in view of Christmas and New Year this year. Accordingly, no power cuts will be imposed on the 24th, 25th, 26th and the 31st of December and on the 1st of January 2023. And that was Watchlight.
Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year with CIB, with special gifts, discounts and easy payment schemes available till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News Headlines. India is on alert following a surge in COVID cases in China. Ukraine's leader heads to the US for first foreign trip. And enough fentanyl to kill every single American seized. India's health ministry is on alert following a surge of COVID cases in neighboring China. The government has instructed states to ensure genome sequencing of all positive cases in the country. It has also asked state governments to step up efforts to curb any possible spread during the Christmas and New Year festivities. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is on his way to Washington, where he will meet US President Joe Biden today. It is his first foreign trip since Russia invaded in February. The White House has also confirmed the trip and said it will supply Ukraine with a Patriot missile battery, significantly increasing the country's air defense capability. Mr. Zelensky will also address Congress. The U.S. federal drug agents say they seized enough fentanyl in 2022 to kill every American. The Drug Enforcement Administration says they intercepted 379 potentially deadly fentanyl doses, which is just 2 milligrams. The DEA described the highly addictive substance, which is 50 times more powerful than heroin, as the deadliest drug threat facing the U.S. Back to the headlines of the world news. India is on alert following a surge of COVID cases in China. Ukraine's leader heads to US for first foreign trip. And enough fentanyl to kill every single American seized. And that ends World News.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance.
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News.
A special meeting between Indian Ocean Region Joint Secretary Puneet Agrawal and Ports, Shipping and Aviation Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva was held yesterday at the Minister's office. The measures that can be taken to further develop the cooperation in the maritime sector in the Indian Ocean region were discussed at the meeting. The minister said that India and Sri Lanka have already reached an agreement on the preliminary work to start a passenger ferry service, and that was development news. Moving on to sports news, it's cricket. Babar Asam has moved past Steven Smith and only behind Manas Labuschagne in the rankings for the test batters following scores of 78 and 54 in the third and final test against England, which Pakistan lost to concede the series 3-0 at home. In Brisbane, Travis Head scored 92 in 96 balls in the first Australia innings in a test where 34 wickets fell well within 2 days, and that got him into the top 5 for the first time in his career. He is currently joint fourth with Joe Root, who scored a duck in his only innings in the test in Karachi. Despite his rise, is still 61 rating points behind Labuschagne. And that was Sports News.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
WSO2, a global leader in digital transformation technologies, announced that it is on track to close this financial year with 30% year-over-year growth. WSO2 is expected to pass $500 million in turnover for the financial year 2022. Vice President of Corporate Marketing at WSO2, Radhik Columbage, said for a company founded in Sri Lanka to stand side by side at leading global events with technology giants like Microsoft, Google and Intel is an impressive feat. And that came to you in Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
In economic news, Switzerland Ambassador Dominic Fergler says Swiss investors are keen to invest in Sri Lanka. He mentioned this to Federation of Chamber of Commerce top officials who met the ambassador last week in Colombo. President of the Chamber Kirti Gunawardena said the Swedish investors are keen in the areas of apparel, agriculture and fisheries. They are already in negotiations with the Export Development Board, and the Chamber will be a partner in that process. And that was economic news.
Weather report.
The Met Department says cloudy skies are expected over northern, north-central, northwestern and Ua provinces due to the low-pressure area over South Bay of Bengal. Showers will occur at times in the northern, eastern, Ua and central provinces. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the western, central, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts during the night. Fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters are likely at some places in the northern, eastern, Ua and Sabaragamuwa provinces. And that was the weather report. And before we end this news broadcast, the headlines once again. The President states that the government is ready to empower the industrialists. The Minister of Power and Energy says electricity tariffs will be revised next month. Education officials are instructed not to hold term tests for the primary sections of schools. Foreign news, India is on alert following a surge in COVID cases in China. Sports, Barbara Som and Travis Head move up in test batting rankings. And with that we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.